It's been a month since I've last touched base with you guys, and obviously I'm very excited here to be able to quickly share with you just a quick update on the current market that has, in the last 30 days with everything that has happened. So we're gonna have quite a bit of statistics this month, because we've heard a lot of things in the media on the markets growing, this, that, and everything, but what does that really mean in terms of numbers? So there are some really good statistics here. I promise you it's going to be quick, it's going to be short, it's not going to be boring at all. So here's the latest statistic. Just in April alone, property prices has been increased by 1.7%. The property prices have increased in Brisbane by 5.6% over the last quarter, so the last 3 months. To put that in perspective for you guys, a $600,000 property equates to a $34,000 increase in value. So this is massive, this is crazy. And in the past 12 months, the value in the Brisbane market has been up by 8.3%, putting it to the record high prices. The part that's interesting, then it's a bit mind-blowing for me as well, being in the industry for the last 15 years, is that the median price now across Brisbane for houses sits at $621,806. So that is massive, and it's climbing up there. Unfortunately for unit, the median price sits at $405,902. Hasn't really seen the growth that house prices are seeing as well. The next question I'm asked, what's going to happen next, in the next 12 months, in the next 24 months? To be honest with you, this is the part that I always say, look, take it with a grain of salt. Who knows what's going to happen? The way the world's going at the moment, anything can change. It's basically just a speculation or an estimated guess. But I thought to share this with you as well. So ANZ Bank forecast a 16% rise through 2021, which then will slow down to 8% growth for 2022. And Westpac has tipped for Brisbane price to surge between 20% between 2022 and 2023. So I'm pretty sure all the economists from all the big banks have the same forecast as well. It's going to be a strong year. Next year might slow down a little bit, but the big question is house prices do not seem like it's going to be dropping anytime soon. Especially, we do have a lot of people out there that are sitting tight waiting for house prices to drop. You know what? That might never happen, to be honest with you. The next question is it a good time to buy? So we always get this question, and the answer is yes. And what I mean is, I'm saying yes not only from a real estate agent, but from a buyer's point of view. So my business partner and I have actively been trying to buy investment during this market as well. And we're literally looking every day like everyone else there. The reason we're wanting to buy in this market, even though it's one of the strongest markets, is we truly believe that over a period of 5, 10, 15, 20 years, house prices are definitely not going to drop. And basically, it's one of the safest and best way to accumulate wealth, to accumulate wealth. And that's the most important thing. In terms of investment as well, if you're looking to buy investment, yes, you might be paying a lot more money in this current market, but one thing that I want you guys to remember as well is that rent prices have just gone up incredible. We're finding that rent prices have been up between 10 to 15% per week rent just in the last 12 months as well. So the demand is really high. We're getting anywhere from 10, 15, 20 rental application at the first rental inspection as well. So that's really important. The next thing we wanted to go is managing your investment properly. So the reason I want to cover this is obviously as a sales agent, as a business owner here as well, I spend more time putting on my hat as a real estate agent, specifically to do with sales. So we often deal with a lot of clients that actually does not click that we actually have an incredible property management team here. We have one of the strongest property management team in terms of experience, and the number of properties being managed per property manager is one of the lowest ratio, which means that we're able to give the highest level of service. And so out there, if you currently have an investment or you're buying a property and want someone to manage it, please definitely contact us, contact our team. I'll be able to point in the right direction and oversee the whole thing. The thing I want to say that about property management is that not all property managers and not more property management team are exactly the same. At the end of the day, you know what? Too many owners are out there focusing on percentage, X amount of property manager X is offering me 5%, someone else 8%, someone is 9%. One thing that you need to be smart about is genuinely, what is your net return that you're going to get after all your expenses, as well as the least amount of stress during your management and in terms of protecting your property. So at the end of the day, you need to remember For a property management firm, for example, that is able to charge 5 or 6%, which is incredibly low, and manage your property, the only way they're able to do it is genuinely for each property manager to load up significantly more management, for example, between 150, 160, 170, even 180 per person, compared to our business where our average portfolio per property manager is no more than 120, and sometimes it goes to 130, but pretty much we cap it at that to ensure that we can give the best level of service to our client. But more importantly, not only about that. So what made me thought about this is last week I sat down with a client that bought a property from us in Fitzgibbon 3 years ago, and they've called me in to value the main house that they're living. During our conversation, I realized that the property that they bought from me, they've ended up renting it out, but they did not end up using our business. And I asked why that's the case. They actually did not click that we do property management. From then on, what I perceived to find out is that they signed a new lease recently. They were getting, I think, $470 a week, but they found that they had to be the one to push their property manager to increase the lease to $485 a week during the renewal. But even at that, after speaking to me, they realized that that's actually not even the right figure. So what I found is that the property that they manage, which I know really well, we've recently found tenants for similar property, and we are literally getting $550 to $560 a week, and in the first week. So the reality is this owner is now getting $65 to $70 short a week in the net profit. So this is one point of difference. Our property management team are trained that whenever a lease renewal comes up, they don't just call you up and be like most people, let's just put $5, $10 to keep the tenant in there. They actually provide you with real advice. They'll do a comparative market analysis based on what actual current rent is in the current market, and send that to you for you to decide what you want to do. Because ultimately, as most investors are out there, I'm sure you agree, you want to get what's fair in the market, you want to get the right market rent. So one thing you need to remember is that, guys, there's no point saving 1 to 3% on management fee. That 1 to 3% per week equates to, you're talking dollars, maybe $10, maybe $15. If you do not have the right team working for you, you're gonna end up losing $50, $60, $70 more. Really important for you to consider that as well. If you have any other question about sales, property management, pretty much even commercial, we've got an amazing commercial team here. Hit me up, give me a ring, speak to you soon. Thank you.